Southwest 72nd Street, and north of Bird Road, Southwest 40th Street, FPID number 427146-1 in Miami-Dade County, Florida. Before I begin, for your safety, fire exits are provided at all the exits where you see the red, so you've got a lot of choices here. My name is Tom Percival, and I'm the Environmental Management Office Manager for Florida's Turnpike Enterprise. There are a number of people here tonight representing the Turnpike and the consultant management team that I would like to introduce to you. But before I do, if there are any elected or appointed officials present, if you would please stand and introduce yourselves.
We just have one representative is signing in right now. I'm not sure of the individual, but being the normal.
Okay. I'll go ahead and introduce everybody else. Okay, here with me tonight is our Transportation Development Director, Mr. Mike Shannon. Mr. Craig Bostic, Turnpike's Project Manager. And Ms. Sonia Rodriguez-Miller from Turnpike's Public Information Office. Also here tonight is the Consultant Project Manager, Mr. Walfred Pavita with Stantec Consultant Services. I would like to note that we have a court reporter here, and the proceedings are being recorded so that we can produce an official transcript of tonight's hearing. A public hearing for this project was held here at the Reception Palace Ballrooms on August 6, 2013. This second hearing is being held due to the degree of interest in the project. The information and exhibits provided at this public hearing reflect the same information that was provided at the previous public hearing held on August 6, 2013, with the exception that the Killian Parkway interchange improvements have been removed from the project. All comments received at both hearings will be considered and incorporated into the public record for the project. This public hearing is being held in accordance with Section 339.155 and 335.199 of the Florida statutes, the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990, and Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Public participation at this hearing is encouraged and solicited without regard to race, color, national origin, age, sex, religion, disability, or family status. This public hearing was advertised in the Miami Herald, El Nuevo Herald, and the Florida Administrative Register. In addition, adjacent property owners, interested citizens, and elected and appointed officials were notified by letter of tonight's proceedings. Persons wishing to express their concerns relative to the Department's compliance with Title VI may do so by contacting Florida's Equal Opportunity Office at the address that was shown at the sign-in table where he came in. All inquiries or complaints will be handled according to Department procedure and in an expeditious manner. A Project Development and Environment, or PD&E study, public hearing was held for the Turnpike Widening project from State Road 874 to State Road 836, which includes the limits of the project discussed tonight. That public hearing was held here at the Reception Palace Ballrooms on August 6, 2008. At the public hearing, interested residents had the opportunity to review the proposed improvements and provide comments to Turnpike staff. Following the 2008 public hearing, Turnpike staff reviewed the public comments and provided responses to all comments submitted. The result of the PD&E public hearing was the selection of a preferred alternative and the finalization of the PD&E study. A final signed copy of the PD&E documents are here tonight for anyone who would like to see them. Tonight, Florida's Turnpike Enterprise is requesting formal comments from the public for the access modifications proposed as part of this project. The modifications affect portions of Southwest 117th Avenue and Bird Road. After the close of the comment period, in consideration of the comments received, the recommended design concept will be selected. Your comments tonight can be made in 4 different ways. First, you may make an oral statement during the formal presentation comment period. Second, you can make written comments on the comment form provided tonight and place them in the comment box or mail them to the address in the comment form. Third, you may make an oral statement to the court reporter in a one-on-one setting following the hearing. And the fourth way that you can submit your comments or questions is through email. Please email your comments to Mr. Craig Bostic at the email address on the comment form, which is also included in the handout available to you this evening. Comments submitted in any one of these four ways will be included in the official record of the public hearing proceedings and will be made part of the project's decision-making process. I emphasize that all four methods of submitting your comments carry equal weight and are important to us. No extra consideration is given to oral comments over written comments. Whichever method that you choose, any comments not received tonight must be postmarked or emailed no later than December 20th, 2013, to be included as part of the public hearing record. Now I would like to introduce Mr. Walfred Pavita to describe the project.
Good evening. My name is Walfred Pavita. I am with the firm of Stantec Consulting Services, Inc., the consultant for Florida's Turnpike Enterprise on this project. I am serving as the project manager. Florida's Turnpike Enterprise is widening Florida's Turnpike from south of Killian Parkway to north of Sunset Drive, and from north of Sunset Drive to north of Bird Road to accommodate increasing traffic demands. There will be two separate construction projects utilized to complete the project. Construction is tentatively scheduled to begin in the third quarter of 2014 for the section from south of Killian Parkway to north of Sunset Drive, and in the fourth quarter of 2014 for the section from north of Sunset Drive to north of Bird Road. The section from Bird Road to State Road 836 is not part of the project we are discussing tonight, but is a related project that is tentatively scheduled for construction in 2015. The existing typical section from south of Killian Parkway to north of Bird Road is 6 lanes, 3 lanes in each direction, with drainage swales on both sides within the existing right-of-way. The proposed improvements widen Florida's Turnpike to 6 general-purpose toll lanes, 3 lanes in each direction, and 4 variable toll express lanes, 2 in each direction. A 4-foot wide buffer separates the express lanes from the general purpose lanes. Access to and from the express lanes will be described in detail later in the presentation. In this slide, the proposed design from the approved PD&E study at Bird Road is shown. In this location, the northbound exit ramp to Bird Road was proposed to be relocated south of the existing exit ramp near Southwest 43rd Terrace. And an additional exit lane was provided. Southwest 117th Avenue was modified to accommodate the new ramp. This relocated exit ramp would provide improvement in the traffic conditions at the intersection of Southwest 117th Avenue and Bird Road and reduce traffic backups on the exit ramp. Additional analysis has been performed since the completion of the PD&E study to evaluate alternative locations for the relocated northbound exit ramp. Alternatives were compared with the PD&E study option in order to provide the best location for the northbound exit ramp intersection, minimizing impacts to Southwest 117th Avenue and adjacent roadways. The alternatives were presented to Miami-Dade County for input and comment. The county provided suggestions which were incorporated into the design to improve traffic and safety along Southwest 117th Avenue. The proposed improvements relocate the northbound exit ramp further south of the PD&E preferred alternative to just north of Southwest 47th Terrace. Note that the area in the blue bubble above is emphasized in the diagram below. A third northbound lane along Southwest 117th Avenue will be added to carry traffic from the exit ramp intersection to the Bird Road intersection. There is an existing two-way frontage road that runs parallel to Southwest 117th Avenue. The frontage road will be converted from a two-way facility to a more private one-way road in the northbound direction. The existing intersections along the frontage road with Southwest 117th Avenue were also evaluated for safety and traffic flow. Note that the area in the blue bubble above is emphasized in the diagram below. The frontage road will be closed from the existing driveway to the Miami-Dade Water and Sewer Facility to Southwest 47th Terrace. Traffic along the frontage road south of this location will merge with Southwest 117th Avenue traffic through a new traffic signal. The series of slides that follow are set up to show the overall area along Southwest 117th Avenue at the top of the slide, with a blow-up of both the existing condition and the proposed condition of each area specifically discussed at the bottom of the slide. Here's the first slide in this series. At Southwest 47th Terrace, access to Southwest 117th Avenue will remain. Motorists will be able to access both northbound and southbound Southwest 117th Avenue. The existing southbound left turn lane onto Southwest 47th Terrace will be maintained. A new signal will be provided at the intersection of the new northbound off-ramp with Southwest 117th Avenue. At Southwest 45th Street, access to Southwest 117th Avenue will be closed. Motorists wishing to access Southwest 117th Avenue can turn right onto the frontage road from Southwest 45th Street. At Southwest 43rd Terrace, access to Southwest 117th Avenue will remain. Motorists will be able to access both northbound and southbound Southwest 117th Avenue. The existing southbound left turn lane onto Southwest 43rd Terrace will be maintained. A new signal will be provided. Motorists using the proposed one-way frontage road can access both northbound and southbound Southwest 117th Avenue using the new traffic signal. At Southwest 41st Terrace, the existing traffic signal will be removed. The existing intersection will be converted to a southbound directional median opening. Motorists can still turn right to access northbound Southwest 117th Avenue. However, access to southbound Southwest 117th Avenue will no longer be permitted. Motorists wishing to access southbound Southwest 117th Avenue can use local roads to reach the new signalized intersection at Southwest 43rd Terrace. From north of Southwest 41st Terrace to Bird Road, the frontage road remains as a one-way road in the northbound direction as proposed in the PD&E study. A new exclusive northbound right turn lane to eastbound Bird Road is required. As a result, access to the following homes will remain along the frontage road in the northbound direction only. 4021 Southwest 117th Avenue. 4011 Southwest 117th Avenue. And 11620 Southwest 40th Street. North of the Bird Road intersection, an existing driveway provides access to the West Bird Plaza from Southwest 117th Avenue. Currently, the driveway provides access to motorists on northbound and southbound Southwest 117th Avenue. The access from or to southbound Southwest 117th Avenue does not comply with access management criteria. As a result, this access that is located through the existing median traffic separator will be closed. No left turn will be allowed from the driveway onto southbound Southwest 117th Avenue or from Southwest 117th Avenue onto the driveway. Only right-in and right-out access will be provided. Northbound motorists can turn right into the driveway, and those leaving the shopping center can turn right onto northbound Southwest 117th Avenue. Additional improvements will take place along Bird Road that is being improved between Southwest 122nd Avenue and east of Southwest 117th Avenue. An additional lane is being added in the westbound direction from the Turnpike southbound exit ramp intersection to Southwest 122nd Avenue. The eastbound and westbound left turn lanes at the intersection of Bird Road and Southwest 117th Avenue are being extended in each direction to provide additional storage capacity. There is an existing westbound directional median opening located between Southwest 119th Court and the main entrance to Kendall Regional Hospital. This median opening will be closed. The dual left turn lanes from eastbound Bird Road to the southbound on-ramp will be extended to provide more storage for turning vehicles. The entrance to Kendall Regional Hospital will be modified to align with the expanded Turnpike southbound exit ramp, improving access to the hospital. There is an existing median opening just west of the Turnpike that provides access to the hospital from the westbound lanes. This median opening will be closed. The dual left turn lanes from eastbound Bird Road to northbound Southwest 117th Avenue will be extended to provide more storage for turning vehicles. Two express lanes are proposed between Killian Parkway and State Road 836 in each direction. Express lanes will originate on the Turnpike near Killian Parkway on the south and continue to State Road 836 on the north and through this section of the Turnpike. Northbound Turnpike commuters will be able to access the express lanes south of Kendall Drive. Northbound traffic entering the Turnpike from Kendall Drive will be able to access the express lanes north of Kendall Drive near Sunset Drive. Northbound traffic will be able to exit the express lanes at State Road 836. Access into the express lanes in the southbound direction will be available north of State Road 836. Southbound Turnpike commuters can exit the express lanes south of Miller Drive to gain access to Kendall Drive. In the southbound direction, the express lanes end south of Kendall Drive, while drivers will have to exit the express lanes and continue on the general purpose lanes. The improvements from Bird Road to State Road 836 will be part of another project tentatively scheduled for construction in 2015. The boards on display here today illustrate the limits of the express lanes in each direction. A noise study was conducted in accordance with state and federal regulations. All potential noise wall locations evaluated during the PD&E study were reanalyzed as part of the design discussed this evening. Noise walls that are proposed are shown on the display boards here tonight. Noise walls will be constructed along Florida's Turnpike at the following locations: on both sides of the Turnpike between Killian Parkway and Kendall Drive, adjacent to all residential areas on both sides of the Turnpike between Kendall Drive and Sunset Drive, adjacent to the homes located on the west side of the Turnpike between Sunset Drive and Miller Drive. The existing noise wall on the west side of the Turnpike between Miller Drive and Bird Road will be left in place, except for a short stretch on the southern end, which will be removed due to the proposed widening. This section of noise wall will be replaced as part of the project. A noise wall will also be constructed adjacent to the Kendall Regional Hospital on the west side of the Turnpike, just south of Bird Road. Noise walls will also be constructed in the portion of the project limits south of Killian Parkway as part of another Florida's Turnpike Enterprise project. The locations of these noise walls are also shown on the display boards here tonight. If you have not had the opportunity to review the locations of the noise walls on display boards already, we will be happy to show them to you following the comment period tonight. The project has secured funding for construction. The current schedule anticipates construction to begin in the third quarter of 2014. The segment from north of Sunset Drive to north of Bird Road is scheduled to begin construction in the fourth quarter of 2014. The final segment from north of Bird Road to State Road 836 is not part of this project, but is tentatively scheduled to begin construction in 2015. Once again, here is Tom Percival.
Earlier, we did some introductions, and we understand there was an elected official that was outside at the time we were doing the introductions. If that person would like to introduce themselves now, that would be fine. None. Okay.
My name is Michael Gold. I'm here representing Commissioner Xavier Suarez from Miami-Dade County District 7.
Okay, thank you very much.
I'm here with representing School Board Member Mr. Carlos Cubelo from School Board District 7.
Thank you very much. Okay, a verbatim transcript of tonight's proceedings, together with all written materials received as part of this hearing, and all the displays and information material provided at this hearing, will be available at the Florida Turnpike Enterprise headquarters at Turkey Lake Service Plaza in Ocoee, Florida, for public review upon request. You may submit written comments or exhibits after tonight's hearing, but they must be postmarked or emailed no later than December 20th of 2013 to become part of the public hearing record. All comments received at the August 6, 2013 public hearing and during the 10-day comment period for that hearing will also be considered and incorporated into the public record for the project. As I noted earlier, we are recording these proceedings in order to produce an official transcript. When you came in, we asked you to fill out a card if you wish to speak. If there's anyone that would like to speak that has not already filled out a speaker card, please raise your hand and we will bring you a speaker card. When you're called to speak, we ask that you please come forward to the microphone so that we will be able to record your remarks and assure that they will become part of the official transcript. To make sure that we have ample time for everyone here who would like to speak, I would ask that you limit your time to about 3 minutes. If time allows, you may make additional comments after everyone who wishes to comment has finished. I will remind you that we are here to receive your comments. Limited time requires us to restrict our responses to questions about clarification only. All comments will be answered in writing at the end of the formal comment period. If you would like to receive the answers to all of the comments, please indicate that on a comment sheet. Include your name and address, and we will mail you a copy. When you come up to the microphone, please state your name and address for the benefit of the court reporter. If you're representing a group, please state that information as well. How many speaker cards do we have? There's quite a few?
3 that we handed out.
Okay, all right, then we'll just call them one by one then. If you let me have those, and we'll go ahead and get started. The first speaker that I have is Frank Cabrera.
Good evening, Frank Cabrera, concerned citizens of West Dade, and my address is 14271 Southwest 31st Street. And I wanted a clarification. As I understood, presently the ramp, the northbound exit ramp, to 40th, you are allowed to make a right turn. Did I understand that correctly?
No.
You are not allowed to make a right turn right now.
That's correct. Our proposed project does not show a right turn off of that northbound.
Right, I know I'm on the proposed, but I thought I understood him that you can make a right turn. On the existing one, you cannot, okay. And on the proposed plans, is there a reason why a right turn is not being considered to go southbound?
Okay, we'll
117?
address that in writing. We'll consider it. We'll address that.
Okay, because this existing ramp is 40 years old, and to go ahead and spend the money and not allow for something like that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So, I think so.
Thank you very much. Ricardo Rodriguez.
Almost now.
My name is Ricardo Rodriguez. I live at 11090 Southwest 60th Street. And actually, the first thing that I want to mention is that the word improvement, I don't think is the right word, because everything they do to the Turnpike seems to bring it down. It actually seemed to be better when I was a kid and it first opened. Now, this whole idea of putting a ramp further back from Bird Road is ridiculous. If you really wanted to do it right, the ramp should be an overpass that goes directly to Bird Road, right over the traffic, because right now 117th Avenue is a disaster. You go there around rush hour, you'll be sitting there for 10 minutes trying to get through that. The other thing is these noise walls. I'm sick and tired of these Berlin walls on all the expressways. It just blocks the whole thing off. You can't see what the traffic is doing. You want to look at the expressway and say, okay, if there's too much traffic, I'll just go somewhere else. You have a wall blocking it, you can't see anything. The quality of the construction is disgusting. I've seen the new bridges they put in, the railings they put in. It just looks like it came out of a Play-Doh factory. And the so-called landscaping, it's ridiculous. And then express lanes on the Turnpike doesn't make sense. It's already a toll road. What do you need more express lanes for? It would be better just to have an additional lane, have better exits, and I think that would take care of the whole problem.
Okay, thank you very much. That was the last speaker card that I had. Is there anyone else? Carlos Garcia.
My name is Carlos Garcia, 12762 Southwest 116th Terrace, and I'm with a local grassroots group, rollbacktolls.com. Thank you for having this meeting, the second meeting. And my question and my concern, as the gentleman before me had mentioned, the express lanes, when back in 2009, I know there was a study being done on just widening the Turnpike without express lanes. You know, in reality, my concern is that this project, you're calling it a widening project, but in reality, you're only going to be able to take advantage of the widening if you're willing to pay a much higher toll. So that you know, I've been paying on this Turnpike for 35 years, my parents even longer. And now that we need a wider Turnpike, they're going to do it, but it's going to be only for those that are willing to pay, I believe, at the high rate of $6. $6. Correct me if I'm wrong. $6 to go one way from, say, Killian to the 836. That seems outrageous. $6. That's a round trip to get on this thing to go to 836 and back. It's going to be $12. I mean, at a peak rate. I know it's an adjustable rate. But, you know, what we were talking about, the project was being considered 2009 was just a wide, add 2 lanes. You know, I think a lot of people here would say, give us our 2 lanes. Don't make us pay a premium on top of what we've already been paying to have this added capacity to this highway. And, you know, I just want to make sure that people understand the concept of express lanes. This is the first of its kind in the United States, if not the world. There has never been a express lane on an already tolled road. There's nowhere where this exists. We are the guinea pig for this project, okay? I just need for people to understand the concept. A lot of people don't know about express lanes. I don't know if you've ever taken the I-95 express lanes. Maybe you've gone into it by accident, as I have, you know, and things like that. But it just, I think that it merits a lot more explanation. And it looks like if this is a secondary part of this presentation, the express lanes, when in reality, this is actually the main component of this project. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Are there any other comments?
Yeah.
Jane Walker.
Hi, Jane Walker, Southwest 105th Terrace in West Kendall. Thank you for this meeting. I know that the issue of express lanes is controversial with a lot of neighbors, and a toll on a toll road is controversial. The comments that I want to make are really more for the edification of the people in the room, and also to be a part of this video, which Rollback Tolls will be posting on the Rollback Tolls website. In Kendall, you had done a study, but you failed to do things like count the pedestrian traffic near a school when the kids were going to and from school. You sent out 60,000 emails via the SunPass database with what we call a push poll, asking leading questions like, would you use a ramp to get on the turnpike? Would you find it to be convenient? But in the body of the question, you didn't clarify that you could only use the express lanes if you use that ramp. It was in the first page, but it wasn't in the body of the question. We call that a push poll. And my understanding is that the meeting tonight and the meeting tomorrow, you did not use the SunPass database to reach out to residents to let them know about this meeting. So make your case for express lanes or not. We know that in 2005, the FTE was talking about a turnpike widening, which was needed, and now that's turned into a turnpike widening that's really an express toll lane project. But in the Tri-County region, meaning that the money that's received in Palm Beach, in Broward County, and Miami-Dade County, 90% of that money stays in our region. 10% of it goes to Tallahassee and evaporates, I guess, I'm not sure. But what residents need to realize is that most of the tolls are paid in Dade County, with the Bird Road Plaza being an area where an awful lot of revenue is collected, but to a large extent it's invested throughout the region, and a lot of that money is invested in the other two counties. Now I understand there's an economy of scale when you're trying to manage a turnpike system, and it may make sense to do certain things like that. But what we have to realize is that we paid for this turnpike widening, and now we're going to pay for it again because it's going to be self-funded. Well, it's already self-funded. We funded it. We've been funding it for years. So here we are in December, a couple of weeks before Christmas, terrible time to have a public meeting, that was noticed appropriately according to the state statutes in the newspapers that nobody reads, and you didn't take advantage of the SunPass database, and you didn't communicate with 60,000 people like you did in Kendall. And I think that's unfortunate because I think you would have had a packed room if you had, maybe, if people weren't at a Christmas party or a holiday party. And you were talking about an express toll lane project, not a turnpike widening project. And so I think there are probably a lot of people scratching their heads saying, wow, didn't we already pay for that? So the question that I'd like the people in the room to ask themselves, and perhaps ask you in writing, is of the infrastructure that you're putting in tonight, what would this project look like if these were not express toll lanes? What modifications wouldn't have to happen if we were just getting a straightforward widening? And thank you for sending me the digital copies that I got in the email. I haven't really had a chance to look at them and interpret them, and I'm not really very good at that. But that is a question I think that people should be asking. How much would this cost if this was just a straightforward widening, like we were talking about in the Florida legislature in 2005? because we've kind of already paid for that. So I hope the people in this room will ask that question of you via email. I would ask everybody to ask what it would look like and what would it cost if it was just a straightforward Turnpike widening project. And thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you very much. Are there any other comments? Okay, there being no additional oral comments, I officially close the public hearing for the access modifications associated with the widening of Florida's Turnpike from south of Killian Parkway to north of Sunset Drive, and from north of Sunset Drive to north of Bird Road. I thank you for coming and taking an interest in Florida's transportation system and Florida's Turnpike. Please drive safely on your way home. Thank you and good evening. The time is now 7:07 p.m. Thank you very much.